Hi, I'm Brent Buntin, Chief Growth Officer at Code and Theory, and we're coming to you live from Sport Beach at the center of the 2023 Cannes Lions Festival of Creativity, where we're celebrating the intersection of sport, culture, and the future of fandom with some of the biggest names in the business. And I'm joined here by...
Grether, I'm the VP and General Manager of Uber Advertising.
So Uber's made a dramatic entrance into the world of advertising. As Vice President and General Manager, could you tell us more about why now and what prompted this strategic shift?
Sure, happy to share a little more about Uber advertising. Coming out of COVID, we have seen a tremendous uptick in both our rides business as well as our delivery business. And we felt it's a great opportunity now to launch the Uber advertising business, which we did last fall. And now if you think about Uber advertising, we have on the one hand opportunities for advertisers engage on Uber Eats. They can get more eyeballs, they can get more menu views, they can actually get more orders from our platform, and we can then pay back with a high ROAS, high return on investment. We are now expanding into groceries, so we now enable CPG advertisers to also advertise on our platform, brands like Unilever, Procter & Gamble, Coke and Pepsi, and many, many more. And what we're really excited about is that we have also launched now Uber on the ride-sharing side of our business. So imagine you are here in Cannes, you are maybe on Friday on the way to the airport, and we know that you are in the airport, that you have been at Cannes, and we can use that to show you an engaging advertisement with one of our brands. So last week we have also launched now video opportunities, so we can now have more engaging, high impactful video advertising opportunities for our brands. So imagine that you are in a car, it's typically a 20-minute ride to the airport, maybe even longer on Friday. And you're relaxed, you're in a lean back situation, and it's a perfect opportunity for our advertisers to really tell stories, share video advertising, long form video advertising with riders, which I think is a really compelling opportunity.
Yeah, no, I've seen some. They're really engaging. What strategies are you employing to transition your consumers into dedicated Uber brand enthusiasts, and how does advertising play a part in that?
Yeah, so from our perspective, it's all about, on the one hand, how can we really bring experience to our consumers, right? It's not just getting from A to B and getting everything, but how can we actually amplify and increase the experience of a consumer, right? And with all that first-party data that we have on our platform, we know where people are, we know where people are going to, we know where what people are eating on our platform. We can use all of that to really show engaging advertisements. So, for example, we have seen really a tremendous success with playable video ads in the cars, where we can gamify ads, and that on the one hand actually entertains our riders while they're in the car, and it's relevant entertainment because we know what brands are interested in, and at the same time it really helps our advertisers to increase in awareness, engagement. In many cases we can also link then what we do on the rider side with Eats. So for example, you get a coupon which you can redeem, and maybe by the time you are out of your car, the product, the food might already be delivered to your doorstep.
I mean, you're sitting on a treasure trove of data.
Indeed.
It seems Uber has a knack for engaging consumers with unique and fun collaborations, such as those with Coke, Lizzo, and Lacoste. Could you elaborate on some of these partnerships and how they contribute to your overall strategy?
Yeah, so for example, Lacoste was a great activation, right? So we had the US Open in New York. And so people who are going to the US Open, going home from US Open, right, are tennis enthusiasts, right? And it's a perfect opportunity now for Lacoste to advertise, right? And I remember I live in New York, and so many people actually approached me afterwards. Hey, I've seen Lacoste, right, at the US Open, right? How often do you get that feedback as a media publisher that friends come to you, right, and remembered ads? So it's really, again, this idea of engaging, relevant, contextual relevant advertisement that we can share with our riders.
I mean, you're surprising and delighting people.
Exactly.
So emerging technology is reshaping a lot of industries, including mobility. How are you infusing this innovation into Uber's offerings, and what role does creativity play in integrating these advancements in the services you provide?
Yeah, I think there are two areas. One of which is we are here in Cannes, right? It's all about creativity, and it's all about AI, right? And one thing that we need to do as an industry in the future is we have a tremendous amount of data about audiences. We can slice and dice audiences, and yet in the past we typically then show a standard creative to a consumer. What about we're using in the future generative AI to really kind of create thousands of different versions that we can really then deploy for different microsegments of audiences? And how can that then help to, for example, convert eaters on our platform then to consume more products on Uber Eats? The other thing when it comes to innovation is really what we do on the right side when it comes to the launch of our in-car tablets. So think about the following. Right now, in the US, you spend about 8 hours a week in a car, 8 hours. Today, obviously, most of the time you drive the car yourself. In the future, it might be driven by an Uber driver or it might be a self-driving car. Yet you will still spend 8 hours in a car. And now you have 8 hours time to consume content, to consume ads.
Because the rest of the time you're spending on your phone.
Yeah, but suddenly, the car, right, becomes now your next living room, your second, third living room, right? And the screens in the cars become your next TV screens. It's a really powerful new kind of media category that it's about to kind of getting created, and so we are really excited to leaning into that opportunity.
Yeah, well, excited to see what's to come. I want to thank Mark for an insightful conversation. That's it for now. Make sure to track the Sport Beach 2023. And check out Stagwell's social media, get in on the action for the rest of the week. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Brent.